Hello, I got a question for you. How many times have you felt like someone, somewhere, is watching what you do? I'm not paranoid. Well, a little bit, but that's not the point. I'm gonna tell you something that is gonna make your skin crawl. Right now, at this very second, there are companies, no one, not five, there are thousands of companies that know more about you than your own mother. They know where you live, they know what you bought last week, they know if you are broke, they know if you are sick, they know what time you go to bed because they have data on when you check your phone. And here's the kicker. You will never meet them. You will never know their names. And most insane of all, your government, yes, your government, is buying that information without getting a warrant from a judge. In March of this year, 2026, NPR revealed that ICE, the people who deport, are buying data on you without a judge approval. Just like that, like buying a coffee. Today, we are talking about the most powerful companies you never hear of, data brokers. And I promise that by the end of this episode, you are going to have the information you need to actually do something about it. Welcome to Behind the Digital Curtain, the podcast where technology speaks human. I am Dr. Sergio Sanchez, aka Dr. Qubit, your guide to understanding what's going on with artificial intelligence, digital dangers, how to navigate this crazy world of digital lies and scams that's seen straight out of science fiction movies. I will tell you how to protect yourself even if you don't like technology. And well, let's start with the show. Welcome to Behind the Digital Curtain. Welcome to Behind the Digital Curtain. I'm Dr. Sergio Sanchez, Dr. Qubit, and today we're gonna scare somebody. The reality of data brokers. All right, let's start basic. What's a data broker? A data broker is a company that buys, sells, and rents information about you. That's it. They are basically in the business of harvesting everything you do, then selling it to the highest bidder. Now, let me paint you a picture because I'm going to explain this in a way that everyone gets. Imagine in your neighborhood, there was this guy whose job was to watch all the residents. He sees when you shop, sees what you shop for, sees who you talk to, sees where you go. Then he goes to the local bulletin board and says,
Hey, I know the Johnsons on Maple Street always buy allergy meds. I know they buy designer clothes but eat at home. I know they have a kid leaving at 3 a.m.
Creepy, right? Well, that is exactly what data brokers do, but at a national scale. Wait, national? Let me rephrase that. At an international scale. And instead of one nosy neighbor, We got hundreds of companies doing it. According to information by the California Privacy Protection Agency, CPPA, from 2024, there are over 500 data brokers companies in the United States alone. 527 to be exact, and counting. Like if every city in America has several data brokers, all of them competing to know more about you. How many data points do they have on you? This is where it gets interesting. These companies don't have hundreds of data points. They don't have 500. They have thousands. Let me give you a short, very short list of what they have from you. Your name, address, phone number. Your complete purchase history. How much money you have. If you have debts, how much and to whom. Your credit history. Your political preferences. Yes, they know if you are red or blue. Your sexual orientation and relationship status. Your medical history, including what medications you take. If you are struggling financially or with depression. Your real-time location. What apps you use. When you leave and enter your home. Where you work. What church you attend, or if you don't. If you have pets and what kind. And the list goes on and on and on. Where do they get all this information? Here's where we need to have an honest conversation. You are giving this information to these companies constantly. When you sign up for a website, when you fill out a form on the street, when you buy something with your phone, when you search on Google, when you use Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you are leaving a trail of data. And there are companies whose literally job is to pick up that trail and sell it. But they also buy information from other companies. A bank sells data. An insurance company sells data. A hospital sells data. A retail store sells data. Then these data brokers buy all that information, combine it, clean it up, organize it, and sell it like a product. Because technically, you are the product. Who's buying the information? This is what should make you angry. Marketing companies want to know everything about you to sell you more stuff. Insurance companies want your medical history to charge you more. Employers want to know about you before hiring you. Lenders want to know your financial behavior. And the government. Yeah, the government buys this information. In March 2026, NPR revealed that federal agencies, including ICE, the deportation agency, are buying data from data brokers without getting a judge to sign off on it. That means they can track you without probable cause, without a warrant, without anything, just with money. It's easier than getting a search warrant. Look, there is a reason the US Constitution says the government needs a warrant to enter your home, search your stuff, or look into your life. The idea is that the government shouldn't be able to spy on you without a good reason. But if the government buys your data from a data broker, are they coming with a warrant? No. The data is already public, legally speaking. It's like the Constitution says. The government can enter your home without a warrant, but then the government just buy a blueprint of your house from a real estate company. Technically, they didn't break it, but they know exactly where you live. But wait, aren't there laws? Good question. There are some laws. By example, in California, the CCPA, California Consumer Privacy Act, give you certain rights. Right to know what data they have on you. Right to ask them to delete it. Right to ask them not to sell it. And in 2026, California created DROP, Data Rights Oversight Program, where you can ask to delete your data, but, and this is a big but, Data brokers are not required to process those requests until August 2026. See the problem? You ask them to delete your info. They says, sure, but we're still selling it until August. After August, are they really going to delete it? How would you even know? And besides, California is California. In Texas, Florida, and most other states, you don't get that protection. The federal government doesn't have a clear law on any of this. The FTC, Federal Trade Commission, is starting to investigate, but we are talking about 1,000 times more cases that they can actually handle. What's the real world impact? Let me give you actual examples. Discrimination. An insurance company buys data suggesting you have a health problem. They charge you more for insurance. Political manipulation. A political party buys data on people who probably vote for other parties. They send them a specific propaganda designed to divide them. Fraud. Criminals buy your information and steal your identity. Employment discrimination. An employer buys data about you, including medical info, before hiring. They decide not to hire you because they will probably quit. Stalking and abuse. An abusive ex buys your real-time location from a data broker and tracks you. These things happen. They are not theoretical. They are already there in real life.
Companies, 4,000 companies selling my data while I'm sleeping peacefully. 4,000 reasons why I should be scared today. 4,000 companies just gave my privacy away. They know I shop for socks on Tuesday nights. They know I Google, is this normal at midnight? They know my dating app disasters. They know what gives me disasters. They got my address, my stress levels, my mess, my bank account, my nervous breakdown, my sex. They know I'm buying antacids. They know I'm buying antidepressants, the habit. Woo! Google knows, Facebook knows, your bank knows, your doctor knows, Amazon knows, Best Buy knows. And they're all selling to who? To brokers I never even knew. These companies buy, these companies sell. They're building a profile, a digital shell of me, of you, of everyone around, while we're just living our lives sound. And now the government shows up, says we need all of it. No warrant, no cause, they just buy it. 4,000 companies, 4,000 companies selling my data to the government with ease. 4,000 reasons why they don't need a judge. Yeah. They just buy my location with the government budge. They know my zip code, my genetic code, my moral code. They know the road I take, the deals I fake, my mental load. They know if I'm sick, if I'm quick to click on ads that lie. They know my mother's maiden name, my father's favorite pie. They know if I'm lonely, I am. If I'm homely, maybe. If I'm holy, nah. They know where I work when I'm home, if I'm prone to taking loans. And I can't even delete myself. I can't even hide my everything. Every word I'm saying is true, not okay.
Tired of being tracked? Exhausted by surveillance? Worried that your government knows what you had for lunch? Introducing Anonymous Pure, the breakthrough supplement that makes you invisible to data brokers, marketers, and federal agencies. That's right, invisible, like a ghost, like your hopes and dreams, like your privacy used to be. Anonymous Pure contains scientifically questionable ingredients. Powder of Swiss discretion, imported by Yacht. Liquify encryption, flavor minty disappointment. Crystallized VPN extract, harvested from a secret location. German privacy dust, we can't tell you from where. And a dash of justified
Hi! I took Anonymous Pure for 3 weeks, and now data brokers are confused about who I am. My credit score went up, my anxiety went down, and I feel like a celebrity. In a good way. 3 companies deleted my data, and 2 sent me apology letters. It's like magic, but legal.
But wait, Anonymous Pure does have some side effects you should know. Dizziness, nausea, paranoia, extreme paranoia. The government is definitely watching paranoia. Compulsive email checking, creation of 17 backup emails accounts, inability to trust public Wi-Fi, tendency to see patterns in random data, belief that pigeons are surveillance drones, fear of your own Alexa, conviction that your bank teller knows too much, sudden expertise in encryption. You have none. Obsessive reading of privacy policies at 2 a.m. Inability to use your real name online. Writing password on paper and hiding them in 80 different places. Seeing advertisement for things you only thought about it. Development of a German accent for no reason. Spontaneous crying while reading terms of service. Aversion to smartphones. Overwhelming desire to buy a flip phone. Checking your credit card report daily. Subscribing to 10 different VPN services. And a persistent feeling that this commercial is listening to you right now. Anonymous Pure is not approved by the FDA, CDC, or any organization that cares about your health. Do not take Anonymous Pure if you are allergic to Anonymous Pure. Do not take Anonymous Pure if you expect actual results. Results vary. Actually, results don't vary. They don't work. Anonymous Pure is approximately as effective as wishing. If you take Anonymous Pure and you still get tracked, which you will, that's not our fault. We are not liable. We accept no responsibility for your continued existence on the internet. Anonymous Pure is homeopathic, which means contains none of its ingredients, which is actually the point. Press click responsible. Anonymous Pure, for when you want to feel like you have privacy, without actually having any. Available at pharmacies that definitely sold your prescription data, online retailers that track your every move, and in the dark web, which is definitely a federal honeypot. Call now 100 Please Help. Anonymous Pure, because paranoia is just awareness with paperwork.
How the system actually works. Alright, after that dose of comedy, let's get serious for a minute. I need you to understand something important. Most of this is completely illegal. Some of it, in some places, is borderline. But the majority of data brokers' activity, sadly, is completely legal. Yes, is less regulated than selling medicine. Let me explain how this actually works, using analogies that make sense. The data chain, a real-world story. Imagine your friend Dave opened an electronics store. You walk one day looking for a laptop. You fill out a form with your name, address, phone number, email, etc., etc. They sell that information to another electronic store. That store sells it to another, to another. Now, 5 different companies knows you are in the market for electronics. But then a consolidator shows up. He buys data from everyone who searched for electronics, everyone who bought clothes, everyone who got a loan, everything. He combines all that data and says,
Here is a profile. John is shopping for electronics, buy expensive clothes but eats at home, has some credit issues, has 2 kids in private school.
Now that consolidated profile, that's worth money. He can sell it to someone who says, I need to know who can afford a $500,000 house, or who is likely to get colon cancer, or who votes for my political opponent. The value is not in individual data points. The value is in the combination. Who are these data brokers really? Most people think data brokers are hackers in dark basement, right? In reality, they are legal companies. Some even trade on the stock market. They have offices. They have employees with health insurance. They have catalogs. Some names you might know: Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, Axiom, Oracle, Google. Yes, Google is a data broker. Facebook, but there are 100 more. Smaller, more specialized companies you never hear of. Here is the thing. When you use Facebook for free, don't think it's actually free. You are the product. Your information is what Facebook sells. Every moment on Facebook is like going to the supermarket, letting them photograph you, measure your height, scan your skin color, record everything you touch, then sell all that information. That's the deal. And then the US government enters the game. Now, here's the part that should genuinely concern you. On March 2026, NPR revealed that federal agencies are buying information from data brokers, including ICE. How does that work? The government says, I need to know where all the undocumented immigrants are in this region. They go to a data broker, hand over money, and get location data. Suddenly, the government knows where you are in real time, without a warrant, without probable cause, without anything. It's easier than getting a search warrant. Look, there is a reason the US Constitution says you need a warrant for the government to search you. The whole deal is that you should have privacy from the government unless they have a good reason to spy on you. But if the government buys your data from a data broker, no warrant is needed. Your data is public, legally speaking. It's like the Constitution says, government can search your home without a warrant. So the government says buy your house plans from a real estate database. Technically, they didn't break the law. They know exactly where you are and where you live. Are there actually laws? Yes and no. California has CCPA, California Consumer Privacy Act, which gives you some rights. Right to see what data they have. Right to request deletion. Right to opt out of sales. And in 2026, California launched DROP, Data Rights Oversight Program, where you can formally request deletion, but companies don't have to process until August 2026. Think about that. You request a deletion. They says, we will do it in August. Meanwhile, they're still selling your information. And after August, how do you verify they actually delete it? Plus, California is California. The other states, no such protection. Federal law, nothing yet, nothing clear. The FTC is investigating, but they are understaffed and overwhelmed.
a look, I wear a hoodie, I cover my face. I live in a cabin in a remote place, but Amazon knows what I ordered for dinner, and somehow I'm still on a marketing list as a winner. I can't escape, I can't escape. They know where I am, even if I change shape. I can't escape, I can't escape. These 4,000 companies have got me in a cage. I pay cash, I don't use a card. I moved to the country, made living hard. I have no email, no cell, no phone, but the store down the road sold the stuff that I own. I'm off the grid, I've done everything right. I live in the darkness, I hide from the light, but someone saw me walk into a store, and now I'm in a database for people like me to explore. And the government, they're buying this. They're building surveillance without a list. Dinner, no judge, no court, just cash. They're buying your location, buying your past. I can't escape, I can't escape. My privacy's gone, sealed in the cage. I can't escape, I can't escape. 4,000 reasons why I can't escape. California says I can ask them to delete, but they don't have to until August. What a treat, that's 6 months of selling my information around before they even consider not spreading my sound. And even when August comes, do I believe that they actually deleted and didn't just deceive? I've got to ask every company one by one. This isn't privacy, this isn't fun. But maybe, just maybe, I can slow it down. Maybe I can take back some of my town. Maybe I can limit what they know. Maybe I can make it harder to show all the pieces of my life, all the parts of me. Maybe that's the best that I can be.
Do you wake up at 3 a.m. worried that satellites can see inside your house? Do you think your phone is a camera on all the time? Do you talk to yourself in the shower because the wall can hear? Well, your worries are over. Introducing the Faraday Fedora. The only hat that stops 0% of government surveillance while making you look paranoid on purpose. The Faraday Fedora comes in 3 styles. The unhinged businessman, gold-lined interior, reflective brim, make you look like a character from a spy thriller. The concerned grandpa, classic fedora shape, aluminum mesh, perfect for documenting your descent into conspiracy thinking. The I given up, that is just a baseball cap covered entirely in tin foil, comes in only one color, red. Order now and receive a PDF entitled Why Your Paranoia is Justified, a subscription to Conspiracy Corner Weekly, instructions of how to build a proper Faraday cage, a secret decoder ring that doesn't decode anything. Available nowhere that matters, everywhere that's a scam, and definitely not on Amazon. They probably track the purchase. Press click responsible. The Faraday Fedora does not protect you from surveillance. It may actually increase your visibility because everyone will know you are worried about surveillance. Do not wear the Faraday Fedora to job interviews, first dates, or church. Do not wear the Faraday Fedora if you value your social life. If you wear the Faraday Fedora and get deported anyway, that's not our fault. Blame the hat. The Faraday Fedora may cause you to lose friends, family, and the ability to be taken seriously. Wearing the fedora is not substitute for actually privacy practices. It's in fact the opposite of actual privacy practices, which is why you probably need it. The Faraday Fedora for when you want to signal that you are thought about this way too much.
What you can actually do today. Look, after all that, I know you feel like kind of helpless, like you are a grain of sand in a hurricane. But here's the truth that people don't want to hear. You can do stuff. It's not perfect. It won't solve everything, but it will help. We are entering the most important section of this episode. Do it yourself. 5 things you can do today that will reduce your exposure to data brokers. Step 1. Find out what they know. The first step is figuring out what information they have. It's not pleasant, but it's a starting point. There are services that show you what data brokers are collecting on you. The best one is a non-profit called Mozilla. Yes, the Firefox people. They have a free service called Mozilla Monitor or Firefox Monitor. And here is how you get it. Go to mozilla.org and look for Monitor. Type your email address. It shows you what public data breaches include your info. It alerts you if your data being stolen, sold, or leaked. There are also I Have Been Pawned. Sounds like a kung fu movie, but it's a service by Troy Hunt that tells you if your email specifically got hacked. And if you are in California, you got to access DROP, Data Rights Oversight Program. Other states, not yet. But you can visit datalawusa.com, everything together, and check what privacy rights you have in your state. Contact major data brokers directly, like Experian, and request your information. It's tedious, it's boring, but you need to know what is out there. Step 2. Use decoy email addresses. Here is a useful trick. Don't use your main email for everything. Create a throwaway email. Use it only for websites you don't trust. There are free services for this, like Simple Login, simplelogin.io, DuckDuckGo email, the search engine makes throwaway emails, or Proton Mail. It has Swiss Army privacy. How it works? You create a fake email like discargable42@simplelogin.ai. You use that for sketchy online stores, weird surveys, anything you don't trust. Emails forward you to your real account, but data brokers only see the fake one. If that address gets spammed, you delete it. Result? Data brokers have multiples me. It's harder to build one accurate profile. It's basic security and 100% legal. Step 3. Lock down your social media. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, they all share your data with brokers. You can limit it. On Facebook, especially, because Facebook is the worst, go to Settings, Privacy, change Who Can See You to Only Friends or Only Me. Go to Settings, App, and Websites. Review what apps have access to your data. Delete anything you don't use. Go to Settings, Ads. Under Ads, based on your data, click each category and delete data you don't want them to using. This takes 30 to 45 minutes, but Facebook without restriction is literally selling your entire life on real time. On TikTok, which is nationally security problem, honestly, make your account private. Don't upload public videos. Don't let random people follow you. LinkedIn, same thing. Maximum privacy. Now, for the legal step. Step 4. Request your data be deleted. If you are in California, go to datalawsuitusa.com. Look for data broker opt-out. You will see a list of major brokers. Each has a link where you request deletion. Some do it instantly. Some says, we will do it in 45 days. Important. You gotta do this with every company. not just the one with buttons. It's one company at a time. If you are not in California, find the data broker directly and search their privacy policy for delete my data or contact us. Many will refuse, but some will comply. Major data brokers to start with: Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, Axiom, Spokeo, People Finders, Being Verified. Just Google company name, delete my information, and you will usually find the link. Step 5. Opt out at physical stores. Final step. Simpler than you think. When you are at a store, pharmacy, supermarket, clothes store, when they ask for your information, ask, do you sell or share my information with third parties? If they says yes, ask, can I opt out of having my data sold? Most of the time they will say yes. That's it. You have power. It's not much, but it's something. Look, I know this all sounds terrifying. It should be. Data brokers are a massive problem. The government buying data without warrants is a massive problem. But here's what we need to understand. You have agency. You are not a puppet. Yeah, the system is designed to collect your data, but you can fight it. It takes work, it takes time, but it's possible. The first step is knowing, and now you know. The second step is acting. Today. Do it today. You can create a decoy email. Tomorrow, you can lock down your Facebook privacy. Next week, you can request deletion from data brokers. It won't be perfect. Google will probably still know where you are. Facebook will probably still sell your info. The government will probably still buy it. But will be better. And that's matter. This has been Behind the Digital Curtain, the podcast where we talk about technology that is scary, boring, or incomprehensive. I'm Dr. Sergio Sanchez, Dr. Qubit. And remember, the digital world is yours too. Even if you don't understand how it works, you understand enough to protect yourself. And that is what matters. All the links to Drop, Mozilla Monitor, and major data brokers are in Google. You can search for them. Got questions? Got a data broker horror story? Email me at drqubit at behindthedigitalcurtainpodcast.com. In the next episode, we will be talking about deepfakes. How convincing fake pornography of you can exist. What you can do about it. Yeah, that's disturbing. And yeah, it's possible. Until then, protect your data, question everything, and remember, if something is free, you are the product. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. If you enjoy it, please share with someone you want to protect and help navigate this technological world. And if you have questions, anecdotes, or stories you would like to share, write me at behindthedigitalcurtainpodcast@gmail.com. I'll be waiting for you next week for another episode of Behind the Digital Curtain, the place where technology is spoken in human language. See you later.